Hi guys, Mike Likeneric. Friday, May 18, midday. I'm here to pick up my 12-year-old son from middle school that shares the campus with Stone Douglas James. And before I continue with this YouTube video, I would like to send my condolences to all the families in the shooting in Texas today, around Houston. I understand there's 9 fatalities of students and 1 teacher, so that's 10 fatalities. My condolences to those families. I hope you have a fast healing. And again, God bless you. But let's talk now. This video is about what's happened since then in Parkland and what I still think my mentality is and my opinion is about how things should be done. Okay, number one, let's and I know that for a fact because my son is in this school. The only 2 things that happened since February at the shooting in this campus that shares Stone Douglas. I'm looking at Stone Douglas right now as I'm talking, and here's the campus of my 12-year-old Westgate Middle School. The only two things that happen, you can actually see it, I'll turn the camera for a second, is they build a fence there that's 6 foot tall around the gymnasium, which is not a secured fence. I can put my hand through and open it. That's beside the point. And they gave all the kids a blue lanyard with an ID. And they have to bring the ID, and that's how they get in, blah, 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 and that's how they get out. This morning at 9:15, a non-Westgate juvenile got identified inside the campus, and swiftly, that's the text we got from the city or whatever the hell who sends us the text, the Board of Education or this and that he swiftly got detained. But the fact is, he was on campus. The fact is, he probably, or I don't know the fact for now, he probably didn't have one of those lanyards, and he was on campus. So that fence over there by the gymnasium and those lanyards clearly don't work. Okay, this is what I've been saying to people since February, and when the catastrophe happened here in Parkland in February, I really thought that the shock effect would have opened the door to fucking people finally listening to what I have to say and what I think needs to be done. Okay, the only way you're gonna stop those shooting is that if you have on the premises armed, trained, active shooter tactical responders, preferably undercover. So the public, the students, and the shooters that are coming from the outside, if they're coming from the outside, if they're not a student or former student, won't know who the responders are. Okay, in this country, there is one building, it's in the state of Georgia, that I know for a fact that has traffic of hundreds of people coming in and out every day. Hundreds of people coming in and out every day. I know for a fact that that building is secured from active shooter because I've trained the active shooter tactical responding team, and they're all undercover. Within seconds, if there is an active shooter in that building, it will be taken care of. Not minutes, not way after when the cavalry shows up, and I'm going to talk to you about this in a second. Within seconds, they'll take care of it. Okay, that's the only way to deal with active shooters. All these let's take away guns and walking around, and while I understand people are healing and it's part of the pain process, all these things are not effective. It's all a waste of time, a waste of resources, a waste of money, and nothing is getting better. You can see what happened today in Houston. What you need is a system that works. Okay, if you look at the news right now, you're seeing the law enforcement cavalry, and I'm not making fun of the law enforcement. I have many friends that are law enforcement in this country. I love them. They wake up every morning to protect people, but their hands are tied because of a system that does not work. Okay, if there's an active shooter in a school and you see that cavalry of law enforcement, SWAT, this, that, after the fact on the news, clearly it does not work. Okay, you need those people inside. You need those people armed. You need people preferably, and I say preferably, that's really what needs to happen, undercover. So when an active shooter shows up, it's taking care of business. It cannot be the guy that stands outside the building and then we find out a couple of months later that he gets $9,000 a month freaking in pension and he didn't have the freaking balls to go in. Cannot be people like that. It has to be trained individuals that know what they're doing. They will do what needs to be done and are there when it needs to be done. Okay, in Israel, special forces, security, SWAT team, whatever the hell you want to call it, is done by locations. Okay, we have a say in Israel, what's the best unit in the world? The unit that's there when something happens. It doesn't matter if it's Navy SEALs, Delta Force, Israeli Commandos, SWAT team. Matters if they were not there, they're not the best at the moment. The one that's the best is the one that's there. You need armed people in the schools. Okay, and all the people that are anti-gun probably are doing hula hoops in the air now and listening to me. I don't give a fuck. Okay, you need people that are armed in the schools. They need people that will do what needs to be done, when needs to be done, not after the fact. Okay, again, I am sorry for the lost lives in Houston. My heart goes to you guys. I wish when it happened in Parkland that it would have opened the doors for people to listen to people like me. I'm not the only one who's saying that what needs to be done. I can help with the training. That's obviously a given. I hope more people wake up, and just like that building over there in Georgia, they hired me as a contractor to come in and teach. I hope more and more things like that happen. I try to do it here in Parkland. I went to a couple of meetings and they shut me down. They said, never will happen. Mike, this is not Israel. We're getting there, but it's not Israel. Bullshit. You don't want that to happen, and we're still vulnerable. We're still vulnerable. I don't care what people want to say. We are still vulnerable. Sad day yet again here in America. May 18. It's only 3 months after it happened here in Parkland. I hope things change. If they don't change, to my Haganah people, I always tell you, your security is in your hands. This is why we train. This is why we get prepared. This is why we're always ready. Because if evil comes, knocks on our door, and God knows, evil never sleeps. When evil will come knock on our doors, we will be ready. We will be willing to do what needs to be done, and we will be capable of doing what needs to be done. Have a good weekend, all my Haganah people. Again, my condolences to people in Texas. Have a good one.